Have you ever found yourself moving slower than you used to? Maybe getting out of bed feels like more of a struggle, or a simple walk around the block leaves you more tired than it should. If you've been feeling this way, you're not alone. Aging brings changes, but here's the good news. You don't have to accept them as your new reality. Think about someone like Barbara. At 72, she started noticing that her legs didn't move as quickly as before. She'd always been independent, but lately she found herself hesitating before taking the stairs or needing to hold onto furniture to keep her balance. It scared her because she didn't want to lose her freedom. She thought slowing down was just part of getting older, something she had to accept. But was that really true? Number. It's never too late to regain your strength and energy. You don't have to accept a life of limitations just because the years are passing by. Today, I'm going to share 5 simple yet powerful practices that can help you move better, feel better, and enjoy your life with more confidence. These are not complicated changes. In fact, they're easy to start today. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll feel inspired to take action, because the last 2 tips I'll share are absolute game changers. The goal is not just to add years to your life, but to add life to your years. You deserve to wake up each day feeling strong and capable. So stay with me, and let's dive into the first step toward reclaiming your energy and mobility. 1. Understand what's really happening to your body. Aging doesn't mean you have to stop moving. It simply means your body is changing, and you need to change how you care for it. Many people assume that feeling stiff, weak, or slow is just the natural course of aging. But in reality, much of this decline comes from inactivity rather than age itself. Let's go back to Barbara. The more she avoided movement, the weaker her muscles became. The weaker her muscles got, the more difficult movement became. It was a cycle that made her feel even older than she was. But when she finally decided to do something about it, things began to change. The truth is, your body is built to move. The moment you stop moving regularly, your muscles weaken, your joints stiffen, and your energy levels drop. Think of it like a car that sits in the garage for months without being driven. The engine struggles to start, the tires lose air, and the battery dies. Your body works the same way. The less you move, the harder it becomes to move. But the opposite is also true. The more you move, the more your body responds with strength and energy. The solution? Start small. If walking long distances feels overwhelming, start with a short walk around your home. If you feel stiff in the mornings, stretch before getting out of bed. If stairs seem intimidating, practice stepping up and down on a single step. These little movements might not seem like much, but they add up quickly. Barbara started by walking 5 minutes a day. Within weeks, she noticed her legs feeling stronger, her balance improving, and her confidence growing. You are never too old to rebuild strength and mobility. Your body is resilient, and it will respond to what you do every single day. Movement is not just an option, it's a necessity if you want to maintain your independence. 2. Stop accepting fatigue as normal. Another common issue that sneaks up with age is feeling constantly tired. You might wake up in the morning and still feel drained. By afternoon, all you want to do is sit down and rest. And by evening, even though you haven't done much, your body feels exhausted. Barbara struggled with this too. She thought her fatigue was just part of aging. But here's what she didn't realize. Fatigue is often a symptom of poor habits, not age. Things like inconsistent sleep, lack of movement, and poor hydration can all contribute to feeling sluggish. If you're always feeling tired, it's time to take a closer look at what's really causing it. Are you drinking enough water? Dehydration can make you feel exhausted without you even realizing it. Are you getting restful sleep? Poor sleep quality leads to brain fog, lack of motivation, and increased stress on your body. Are you moving enough during the day? Ironically, the less you move, the more tired you feel. Here's what you can do. First, improve your hydration. Many people mistake dehydration for fatigue, so make sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. Second, pay attention to your sleep habits. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, and avoid screens before bedtime, since the blue light interferes with your sleep hormones. Third, move your body. It may seem counterintuitive, but adding small amounts of movement to your day will actually boost your energy rather than drain it. When Barbara made these changes, she was shocked at how much better she felt. Instead of dragging herself through the day, she found herself waking up with more energy and motivation. She realized that aging wasn't what was slowing her down, it was her habits. Fatigue doesn't have to be your reality. If you make these small adjustments, you'll begin to notice a difference in your energy levels within just a few days. 3. Your mindset matters more than you think. If there's one thing that separates people who age with strength and vitality from those who struggle, it's their mindset. The way you think about aging directly affects how you experience it. Barbara had spent years believing she was too old to exercise, too old to learn new things, and too old to make changes. But when she started challenging these beliefs, everything changed. She stopped seeing age as a limitation and started seeing it as an opportunity to take better care of herself. And once she did, her body followed. If you believe you're too old to improve, you'll prove yourself right. But if you believe that you're capable of change, you'll prove yourself right about that too. The choice is yours. You are not too old to move, to regain your strength, or to feel good again, and you are certainly not too old to live life on your own terms. So here's my challenge for you. Start today. Make one small change, whether it's drinking more water, stretching in the morning, or simply standing up more often. Every small action you take today is an investment in your future self. And trust me, your future self will thank you. This is just the beginning. In the next section, I'll share with you the most overlooked yet powerful factor in staying strong and independent as you age. It's something you might not even think about, but it plays a major role in your health. Stay with me. You won't want to miss this. Barbara had made up her mind. She wasn't going to let age slow her down. She started walking a little more, drinking more water, and paying attention to her sleep. And to her surprise, she felt better. But something was still holding her back. She was still waking up groggy some mornings. Some days her legs felt heavier, like they didn't want to move. And in the afternoons, she'd feel that familiar wave of exhaustion creeping in. It was frustrating. She was doing everything right. So why wasn't she feeling as energized as she expected? That's when she discovered one of the biggest yet most overlooked factors in aging well: sleep. Most people don't realize just how much sleep controls everything, from energy levels to memory to mobility. It's not just about resting, it's about rebuilding. Every night, your body goes through a deep repair process. It strengthens your muscles, restores your energy, and even sharpens your brain. But if your sleep is poor, that process is interrupted. Barbara started looking into her sleep habits, and what she found shocked her. She wasn't just getting older. Her body was running on empty because it wasn't getting the chance to recover. Does this sound familiar to you? Waking up multiple times a night, tossing and turning, or feeling tired even after a full night's sleep? You might think it's just part of aging, but the truth is you have more control over your sleep than you realize. Here's what Barbara did to transform her nights, and you can do the same. First, she set a sleep schedule. She went to bed at the same time every night and woke up at the same time every morning. It sounds simple, but your body thrives on routine. Second, she created a wind-down ritual. She turned off electronics an hour before bed, dimmed the lights, and even took a warm bath to help her body relax. And third, she made her bedroom a sleep sanctuary. No screens, no bright lights, just a calm and restful space. Within a week, she started waking up feeling refreshed instead of drained. Her mind was clearer, her body felt stronger, and she had more energy throughout the day. This is your reminder. You deserve deep, restful sleep. Don't let poor sleep rob you of your strength and vitality. Try these simple changes and see the difference for yourself. But Barbara wasn't done yet. There was still one thing she had to tackle, something even more dangerous than poor sleep. Something we're all guilty of. The hidden danger in your daily routine. If I asked you how much time you spend sitting each day, what would you say? A few hours, maybe 5. Now double it. Most people don't realize just how much time they spend sitting. Whether it's during meals, watching TV, scrolling on a phone, or just relaxing, sitting has become the default position for so much of our lives. And Barbara was no exception. She thought she was staying active enough. After all, she took short walks and moved around the house. But when she started tracking how much she actually sat throughout the day, she was shocked. On an average day, she spent over 8 hours sitting. And here's the scary part. The longer you sit, the harder it is to get back up. Think about this. When you sit for long periods, your blood circulation slows down, your muscles weaken, your flexibility decreases. And over time, these effects add up. That's why simple movements, like getting up from a chair or climbing stairs, start to feel harder than they used to. Barbara didn't want that to happen to her, and I know you don't want it to happen to you either. So here's what she did, and what you can do starting today. First, stand up every hour. Set a reminder if you have to. Even just standing up and stretching for a minute makes a huge difference. Second, walk while you do everyday activities. Barbara started marching in place while brushing her teeth, pacing around the house while on the phone, and even stretching while watching TV. And third, make movement a habit, not a chore. She didn't force herself into intense workouts. Instead, she looked for small ways to move throughout the day, parking farther from the store, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or even dancing to her favorite song in the kitchen. Within weeks, her body felt lighter. Her legs moved more easily. And best of all, she didn't feel trapped by her own stiffness anymore. Let me be clear. Movement is the key to keeping your independence. The longer you sit still, the harder it will be to move. And one day you might find yourself struggling to do the simplest things, like getting out of a chair or walking across the room. But you have the power to change that. Start now. Move a little more today than you did yesterday. Your future self will thank you. Barbara was feeling better than ever. She was sleeping well, moving more, and regaining control over her energy. But there was still one thing missing, something she hadn't realized was affecting everything from her bones to her mood. And in the next section, I'm going to reveal the one free and effortless thing that can transform your health almost instantly. You don't want to miss it. 6. The one thing you're probably missing. Every day Barbara was on a roll. She was moving more, sitting less, and getting the best sleep she'd had in years. Her energy was coming back, Her body felt stronger, and for the first time in a long time, she felt in control of her own aging process. But then something surprising happened. One afternoon, while sitting on her porch, she realized that despite all the progress she had made, she still felt a little off. There were days when her joints felt stiff, her mood dipped, and she couldn't quite put her finger on why. That's when her doctor asked her a simple question that changed everything. "How often do you go outside?" Barbara thought about it. Sure, she took short walks, but most of her day was spent indoors, reading, watching TV, or doing chores. She had never considered that staying inside too much could actually be making her feel worse. What she learned next shocked her. Most people know that sunlight helps the body produce vitamin D, but what they don't realize is just how essential it is, especially as you age. Vitamin D plays a huge role in keeping bones strong, muscles flexible, and joints pain-free. Without enough of it, bones weaken, falls become more likely, and movement starts to feel stiff and difficult. And here's the catch. As we get older, our ability to produce vitamin D naturally decreases. That means if you're not getting enough sun, your body is missing out on one of the most powerful free health boosters available. Barbara had never thought about it that way. She had spent years assuming her joint pain and occasional fatigue were just part of getting older. But what if it wasn't? She decided to put it to the test. Every morning she stepped outside for just 10 minutes. No complicated routine, no extra effort, just sitting on her porch letting the sunlight touch her skin. Within weeks, she felt the difference. Her mood lifted, her joints felt looser, and she even started sleeping better. And here's what's even more amazing. Science backs this up. Studies show that regular exposure to sunlight improves sleep, mood, immune function, and even brain health. So let me ask you, how much time do you spend outdoors? If your answer is not much, it's time to make a change. The best part? You don't have to do anything drastic. Here's how you can start feeling the benefits today. First, aim for just 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight per day. Morning sun is best because it helps regulate your sleep cycle, but any time of day is better than none. Second, make it part of your daily routine. Drink your coffee outside, take a short walk after lunch, or simply sit by a window where sunlight can reach you. And third, don't forget to protect your skin. Wear sunscreen if you'll be outside for longer periods, but don't be afraid of the sun. Your body needs it. Barbara couldn't believe how much of a difference such a simple habit made. She was finally starting to feel like herself again, stronger, happier, and more energetic. But she wasn't done yet. Because while sunlight helped her feel better, she knew she needed to do one more thing to keep her body moving with ease. Something that would make sure she never lost her independence. 7. The simple habit that keeps you on your feet. One morning, as Barbara bent down to tie her shoe, she felt a familiar ache in her knees. It was subtle, but she knew exactly what it meant. Her legs were getting weaker. Even with all the progress she had made, she realized she hadn't been doing anything specific to strengthen them. And if she didn't start now, she knew what was coming next. Difficulty standing up, unsteady balance, a higher risk of falling. She had seen it happen to so many of her friends. A simple fall, a fractured hip, and suddenly their whole world changed. That wasn't going to happen to her. So Barbara made a commitment to her legs. The truth is, your leg muscles are the foundation of your mobility. They are what keep you independent. And the moment they weaken, everyday activities, standing, walking, climbing stairs, start to feel harder. But here's the good news. It doesn't take much to strengthen them. Barbara didn't sign up for a gym. She didn't spend hours on exercise routines. She simply started doing a few minutes of leg exercises every day, and within weeks she felt the difference. Getting out of a chair? Easier. Walking longer distances? No problem. Climbing stairs? She did it without hesitation. And if she could do it, so can you. Here are 3 simple leg exercises you can start doing right now. First, chair squats. Sit down in a chair, then stand up without using your hands. Do this 5 to 10 times to wake up your leg muscles. Second, leg lifts. While sitting, extend one leg straight out, hold for a few seconds, then lower it. Repeat on the other side. This strengthens your thigh muscles, which are critical for balance. And third, heel raises. Hold on to a sturdy surface, rise up onto your toes, then slowly lower back down. This strengthens your calves, improves circulation, and helps prevent swelling in your legs. The key isn't doing a lot, it's doing something every day. Barbara started with just a few minutes a day. Now she moves with confidence, knowing her legs can carry her wherever she wants to go, and that's what I want for you. Because losing mobility isn't just about not being able to walk, it's about losing freedom. But you can prevent that. Barbara's journey wasn't about big, drastic changes. It was about small, consistent actions that made a huge impact over time. And now she had just one more step to go. A simple practice that would not only keep her body strong, but also bring her a sense of peace, clarity, and balance. It was something she had never tried before, but once she did, she knew she had found the final piece of the puzzle. And in the next section, I'll show you how this one practice can change everything. Your body, your mind, and your overall happiness. You won't want to miss it. 8. The practice that transforms your body and mind. Barbara had come so far. She was moving more, sitting less, sleeping well, soaking up the sun and strengthening her legs. She felt better than she had in years. But there was still one thing missing. Even though her body was getting stronger, she sometimes felt a deep tension in her muscles, like a stiffness she couldn't shake. Some days, she'd wake up feeling like her joints just didn't want to move. And then there were the mental challenges. Aging came with worries. What if she had a bad fall? What if she lost her independence? What if all the progress she had made started slipping away? The fear of the unknown sat in the back of her mind, and no matter how much better she felt physically, she knew she needed something that would help her feel more in control, not just of her body, but of her thoughts. That's when she discovered yoga and Tai Chi. At first, she was skeptical. She thought these practices were for young, flexible people, not for someone in her 70s. But after just 1 week of practicing, she realized something incredible. This was the missing piece. Her body felt looser, more balanced, and more flexible. Her mind felt calmer, clearer, and more focused. And the best part? She could do it right in her living room. If you've ever felt stiff, tense, or unsteady on your feet, this is for you. 9. The secret to staying mobile for life. One of the biggest reasons people lose their independence as they age is because they lose their balance. It happens slowly at first. You start feeling less steady. You avoid certain movements because they make you feel off balance. You hesitate before stepping off a curb, reaching for something on a high shelf, or walking across uneven ground. And then one day, a fall happens. For many seniors, a fall can be life-changing. It can mean hospital visits, long recovery times, and even losing the ability to live independently. Barbara had seen it happen to friends. She didn't want it to happen to her. So when she found out that both yoga and Tai Chi are scientifically proven to improve balance and coordination, she knew she had to give them a try. She started small, just 5 minutes a day. She learned simple moves that gently stretched her muscles and activated her core. She practiced slow, mindful movements that helped her feel more grounded and steady. And within weeks, she noticed something incredible. Her fear of falling started to disappear. She no longer hesitated before stepping onto uneven sidewalks. She felt stronger on her feet, and most importantly, she trusted her body again. If you want to stay steady, strong, and independent for as long as possible, this is your answer. You don't need to be flexible. You don't need to be athletic. You just need to start. 10. More than just an exercise, a way to find peace. One of the most surprising benefits of yoga and Tai Chi isn't just physical, it's mental. For Barbara, stress had always been something she carried with her. She worried about her health. She worried about her future. She worried about being a burden to her family, and those worries weighed on her. Some nights, they even kept her awake. But something happened when she started practicing slow, mindful movement. She began to feel lighter, not just in her body, but in her mind. Yoga taught her how to breathe deeply, to relax, and to let go of the tension she'd been holding on to for years. Tai Chi helped her move with grace and control, creating a sense of peace and focus that carried over into her everyday life. For the first time in years, she felt present. She wasn't stuck in the past, and she wasn't afraid of the future. She was just here, in this moment, feeling good, and you can feel that way too. How to start today. You don't need a studio. You don't need expensive classes. You can do this right at home. Here's how to begin. First, try just 5 minutes. Stand up, take a deep breath, and gently stretch your arms over your head. Let your body wake up. Second, focus on slow, controlled movements. Try lifting one foot slightly off the ground, then lowering it. This simple action helps build balance and control. And third, don't worry about perfection. The goal is not to master difficult poses. The goal is to move, breathe, and feel good. Barbara didn't start out knowing how to do everything perfectly. She just started, and that made all the difference. The choice is yours. Barbara's journey started with small changes. She didn't overhaul her life overnight. She didn't set impossible goals. She just decided that she wanted to feel good again, and day by day, step by step, she got there. She sleeps better now. She moves with confidence. She feels in control of her body and her future. And now it's your turn. Aging isn't about losing your strength. It's about choosing how you want to live. So what will you choose? Will you take that first step toward feeling stronger, steadier, and more energized? Will you start making small changes that will add years of mobility and freedom to your life? Your body is waiting for you to say yes. So go ahead, take that first step today. And if you're ready to start, let me know in the comments. What's the one thing from this video that you're going to try first? I can't wait to hear your story.